When it comes to building great IVR applications, nothing is better than Plum Fuse. Fuse gives you an innovative visual interface and pre-built modules that make it easy to build IVR apps. These modules are the heart and soul of Plum Fuse. There are 3 different types of modules in Plum Fuse: call flow, input, and data. In this video, we'll cover the basic functionality of each module in Plum Fuse so you can get up and running fast. To help understand when you might want to use a particular module, we'll use a real-world example. In this case, let's assume you want to build an IVR payment processing application that allows callers to make a payment without talking to an agent. Call flow. Prompt is one of the most basic modules. It allows you to present information to callers by playing an audio message. Prompt is a pass-through module, meaning it is one that callers do not actively engage with. You can use the prompt module to remind callers to have their bill handy, and where on that bill, they can locate the information they need to process their payment. The transfer module allows you to redirect callers to a specific phone number. The module has a text field for an audio prompt and a field to enter the destination phone number. You even have the option of setting your own hold music. The exit module hangs up a call. If you use a Go-To app module to jump to embed one application with another, the exit module can return the caller to the original application without terminating the call. In our payment app, we have each stage of the process on a different page to make the design aspect clearer. There's a page each for account details, payment details, credit card info, bank info, and submit payment. The counter module lets you track how many times a caller completes a task, process, or section of an application. When a caller reaches the counter threshold, the module lets you redirect the call flow based on their call experience. If callers are having trouble with the menus and keep jumping back to the main menu, you might want to let them talk to an agent if they do this more than twice. The counter module lets you keep track of these events. The compare variable module functions like an if-then statement. It provides you with a way to compare and verify data within your application and to redirect callers based on the result. This is a helpful module for verifying a caller's account number. This module can ping your database and compare the account number on file with the number input by the caller. The Go-To page module works just like the Go-To app module. However, it allows you to jump to different pages within the current application. You can also jump directly to a specific module in the target page. By splitting an application in multiple pages, your workspace is less cluttered, making it easier to visualize your work. Insert a call log module to log any activity within your application. Plum's Voice Trends Analytics Toolkit automatically logs some information, but this module lets you collect even more specific data. These modules are especially helpful for debugging your application. If your app has more than one language, and you want to learn how many callers use each one, you can set up the call log module to get that information. The label module works like a sticky note for your Fuse applications. It lets you annotate your application so you don't forget how and why you built things the way you did. Input. The address module lets you collect a caller's address information. You can choose to collect street, city and state, or just state data using this module. Speech recognition is enabled by default for this module. In a payment app, you could use address as an option for verifying the caller's identity. Yes/No module lets you redirect callers based on a binary choice, typically yes/no or true/false. In our payment app, we use a yes/no module to read back the caller's input so they can verify that it's correct. The date/time module lets you collect date or time information from callers. If you needed callers to specify the date of their invoice, this module will let you accomplish that. The number module lets you collect numeric data from callers. This includes whole numbers or decimals. The module lets you adjust the number of valid decimal places and even has an option to automatically process numbers as currency. You can use a number module for users to input the amount they wish to pay. The digit module collects digit-based data. Whereas the number module recognizes 100 as a valid entry, in the digit model, the same number would be 100. Use this for items when callers read off one number at a time, like a credit card or phone number. We use a digit module when asking for a caller's account number. The language module only appears in the module's menu when you have more than one language activated in your application. This module lets you give callers the option to choose one of the active languages for their call. Our payment application supports both English and Spanish, so this is the first module callers encounter when they call. The menu module lets you present callers with a list of up to 10 options and redirects them to another section of the application based on their selection. We give callers a choice of paying by credit card or with a bank account with the menu module. The name module has two modes, first name and last name. Speech recognition is automatically enabled for this module and cannot be turned off. If you want to allow callers to leave a voice message or a comment, use the record module to do so. Fuse doesn't store audio recordings after a call ends, so be sure to set up a process to save these recordings if necessary. Data. The email module allows you to send an outbound email from Fuse's secure email server. This preserves Fuse's PCI compliance. The email module is intended primarily for internal notifications and debugging. You could use this to notify a member of your IT team that there may be a problem if a payment submission times out. The set variable module allows you to create variables for use within your Fuse application. You can use this to manipulate variables that already exist within your application, or to create new variables from scratch. Each set variable module lets you create up to 20 new variables, and you can use as many modules as you want in your application. We use a set variable module when users opt to pay their full balance. This creates a new variable called payment and sets it equal to the account result balance variable already in the app. The call recording module lets you record part or all of a phone call. This module records all call audio, including prompts, DTMF tones, and caller speech. This module differs from the record module, which only records caller speech at a specific place in the app. The Evaluate.js module is an advanced module that lets you execute JavaScript within your Fuse application. This module accepts any valid JavaScript input. We use this module to ensure that the credit card number the caller enters is valid. The REST module is an advanced module that lets you submit a REST web service request. The module enables 5 different request types: GET, POST, POST-RAW, PUT, and DELETE. The module also lets you define the format of return data. Choices include JSON, CSV, XML, text, or empty if there is no data in the body of the response. The SOAP module is an advanced module that lets you submit a SOAP web service request. A SOAP web service is fully discoverable. You can choose between SOAP version 1.1 or version 1.2. When it's time to actually submit the payment, we use a REST module. But if you have a SOAP service, you could use that here too. This is the end, folks. For more information about what modules are, the anatomy of Plum Fuse modules, and more, check out the Fuse Tour video or read through Fuse's documentation. For access to the Fuse platform and its documentation, sign up for a free trial account today.